hobbies and hyperfocus. If you're new here, this is a channel all about my hobbies, which are primarily needlework related, which includes currently cross stitch and knitting, but sometimes I do black work or sewing. Sometimes I find new ones that I want to try. So if you're new here, my name is Tam. This here is Princess. Uh, I live in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. I am a pagan, mother of a bunch, cat owner, needleworker, office person. Anyway, uh, if you're returning, thanks for coming back. If you like what you see, give me some encouragement. Not text. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I tend to be unscripted, so I never know where this is going to go. But the one thing that I do like to do, and I do this every day, usually first thing when I get to work, is pull a tarot card. And I'm using This Might Hurt Tarot deck right now. Let's see what we got. And we cut it 3 times. Five of Wands. No, Page of Wands. Sorry, I cannot see. I'm old. Page of Wands. And let's see what Page of Wands means in this deck. Page of Wands. Student of the Creative Spark. Woohoo! The Page of Wands is a small flame ready to catch and grow. Actually, she's many small flames all burning side by side. Which one will find tinder? The Page of Wands is for those of us who want to do everything. My page's wand is a ukulele because what other instrument better represents the joyful combination of unbridled enthusiasm, creative expression, and joy and enjoying yourself. If the Page of Wands is a person in your life, they are likely young, or maybe they just act like they are young. Well, they are also delightful. You probably shouldn't hold your breath for them to follow through with their ideas. They may be easily distracted and have difficulty focusing. But what is wonderful about the Page of Wands is that they welcome new opportunities with a beginner's mindset. They are delighted to learn and grow. If you are the Page of Wands, there's a lot of potential in your life right now. Don't limit yourself. Your future is cracking with endless possibilities. At some point, the page will have to narrow her path and give full attention to a smaller selection of passions. But for now, at least, life offers countless open roads. So there we go, the Page of Wands. That kind of feels right for what's going on in my life right now. I'm kind of in the beginning of the winter hibernation phase. So I tend to, it tends to get really cold here in winter, and so we hibernate. I'm not a super going out and doing stuff with people person. I guess they call those introverts. I'm very introverted. And so I tend to, in winter, tend to just focus on all the creative things. And I buy all the stuff and I get all the plans, but I don't actually follow through. So my current situation is that I'm doing this, that, and the next thing. I have all these plans for the future. So scattered. The energy is so scattered. But, well, Princess is going to leave now. We're not here to talk about my craziness. Well, we are, because why not? I did try to clean up the office space. Everything in the universe in this house tends to come down here and get dumped in my office. But I did get to set up the altar here, which looks much more like an ofrenda than an altar right now. It's got all the pictures and stuff on it. But I did move some of my stuff down, and the idea is to have will be breaking is to have my pagan altar right here. I'm going to put up, eventually get around to it, I'm going to put up all of my floss so I know what I have. My journaling stuff, my sewing stuff, and everything that I work on is down here. This is also where I work when I work from home, and so that's why it's the office space. So I haven't done a floss tube for probably a month. I've just been putting it off. Uh I I don't know why. I have to get up, I have to get into the mood and have to get down here, and then when I get down here, I last couple times I've just been, oh, I've got to clean this, and then I just clean things and then it's too late to do anything, and so I stop. So I'm gonna try and do it today because this isn't my job and I don't get paid. I don't get paid for it, so it's just another hobby. So I have been stitching quite a lot. My mouse is dying, so I have it. I'll pull up my Notion here so I know. I'm not going to show everything that I've worked on this past month because I've just been rolling the dice. Not the dice, not figuratively. I've been doing the tiny decisions wheel, so it keeps coming up with the same 3 projects. But let's see what I have here. I'm going to just kind of go over what. No, that's September. So I think it was about the 19th of October. I think. I don't know. So I worked on Kedmil Felche for 2 nights. I worked on September's Fairy, which I will show. Autumn is as joyful. I brought out moon phases, but all I ended up doing there was stitching, making a mistake, and ripping it all out. So I didn't really get anything. I did some on Crystal Mermaid Aquabella, which I have not brought down here. Maybe I will insert a picture. No Time Like the Present, which for some reason I did not bring down. Again, I will insert a picture. And then we're into November. November, No Time Like the Present for the first week. Abalonia's apples. No, Abalonia's apple trees. And then by the 9th, I finished my round robin. Did more on No Time Like the Present. And then recently I've been working on Autumn is as Joyful, which is the Autumn Quaker Stitch Along. That was the birthday sale hosted by Pocket Roddy Crafts. So, quick overview. I've done quite a lot. I haven't been good at tracking things. So first things first, I bought myself a new project bag. So this is a, what do they call it? Custom Bags by Jasmine? Jasmine's Custom Bags. My brain does not work in the morning. So this is, I don't know if you can see, it's a Doctor Who themed bag. So it's got the TARDIS, the Daleks, Weeping Angels, and the Cybermen. And then the Time Vortex. And I saw this and it was like, I immediately needed to get it. So I've been watching all of the newer Doctor Who's, like from, I think it's 2000 on. So I think the 9th, 10th, get off that. The 9th, 10th, 11th, I don't know what they're up to now. But, so every night before I go to bed, I watch Doctor Who over and over again. And so I thought this is a perfect bag. Also, last time I did film, I talked about the unconventional cross stitch, like how she had had a fire, and there was something about Kaylee tent stitch, and somebody else was doing a draw if you started an unconventional cross stitch pattern. So I went and I bought two patterns, and one is I think it's a Way We Ride or Joyride. I don't have a picture. I'll put in the pictures. It's like a bunch of cats sitting on a broom that is flying through the air. So like the witch's cats are flying through the air with the witch's broom. And then the other one is the one I want to start, which is I'll put it here. Van Gogh Never Saw Gallifrey, which is the one I'm going to put in the Doctor Who bag. The Doctor Who project with the Doctor Who bag. Unfortunately, on Friday, Canada Post went on strike, and I ordered my Easy Grid from Kaylee Tent Stitch, so that's kind of probably stuck somewhere between Ontario and Saskatchewan because, the post office isn't delivering mail right now. So I have brought down a few parts. Oh, I did bring down. I forgot which ones I brought down. So I did bring down what No Time Like the Present. So I'm gonna just show you the ones that I did bring down out of all of the projects that I did. So I think I'm gonna try and put up a picture of what I look. If I took a picture, I'm really bad at taking pictures when I'm done a session. I just want to go on to the next thing. So if I did take a picture where it was last time, I will put up a picture. If I didn't, I won't. So we have Kedmil Felche. So I think the last time I showed it, I had finished this down here. Or maybe I had just finished this. The 100,000 welcome. So like, and then the last little while I've worked on the knotworks here. So this one, and then I'm moving down. I'm almost done this, but I do need to get some 742, which for some reason I'm out of. I have tons and tons and tons of different colors. 30 in that little brown, oh, you can't really see it. Okay. There's a little brown bag there. That little brown bag is full of bright blues that I use to do my, I overbought them. So I have 13 skeins of the same bright blue. So Kenmil Felche, which is not, it's one of my older ones, but it's more that it was one that I've wanted to do the longest because it was from a magazine in 90s, 92. And this is just done on antique white witch linen. It's like a very loose weave, 32 count, I think, and the DMC. And it's by Patricia O. Thomas. And I'm trying to like get it all in the frame here, but having the camera show backwards really messes with my mind. So 100,000 welcomes or Kid Meal Felche. And I'd like to get this one, like the main stitching done by New Year's so that but there's a lot. It comes down here and then there's like knotwork leaves down here. So it's quite a lot. So I might possibly not get that all done. But that's kind of my theory, like one of the ones I want to do. I'd like to get it done because I'd like to hang it up in my living room, which is, I painted my living room bright orange. And I think it would go really well with that. Then I worked on this one, which is it's all wrinkly because I just take it out of the hoop and I bring it down. So this is No Time Like the Present. This is the 2024 Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along. And I've done it in like the purple and thing. And this time, like I was up here before. I don't know if I had a picture. Like I said, I'm very bad at it's not my full-time job. It's my hobby. So I just tend to like do things and finish them and get it on with. But the last time I think I showed it, I was up here with the bird. I finished the parakeet and then tempest, and then I finished this whole squirrel in one session, and then the next session was this bit down here, which is this ano. It already says 2024. I'm not going to finish this in 2024. And I'm starting down here. I want to get down to the bottom and across, and then I'm going to go back up here. Not really much more I can say about that. I love working on it, but it's harder on my eyes. This is a Verdal. So it's a 40 count Verdal from Dying for Cross Stitch, and it was just fabric of the month, I think, December. What is it? Yeah, December fabric of the month from last year. And I just decided to change the animals to brown. So they're just 3371. So I really like doing this one, but I have a hard time with 40 count. I say I have a hard time with 40 count, and yet, as you will see, most of my projects are on 40 count right now. I gotta move away from that, but I loved this fabric. I like it's so soft. But it's like, I like these colors. In real life, these words don't show up as well when you're really close. So I'm wondering if I should like tent stitch the purple in the green there so you can see it better. But like when you look on the camera, it really does, you can really see it. So maybe it's just because you're really close up you can't see it. I would like to get this done in the next 5 years, but they're really, really big projects, and I don't know how anyone completes one in an entire year. I guess if I was still a monogamous stitcher, I probably would have finished this, right? But I haven't. So this is when I put, I think it the random, what do you call that? Spinner, tiny decisions wheel picked it probably about 5 times. So I did a bunch of sessions on it. Sometimes it just picked it like 2 or 3 times in a row. So I know I can make it so that it has to like go through every project first, but I also don't want to do that. I think this is how it goes. So this is, I actually intended to work more on my Nora Corbett's or Mirabilias for November. So Nora November, but they just never came up, and my brain just went, oh, is it November? So this is the September Sapphire Fairy by by Mirabilia. This is a Mirabilia, so it's like one of the big ones. I think, yeah, this is going up and this is going down. So this is going to come across and be her trailing thing. I'm starting to wonder if this is not like if this was a bad choice of fabric for this. The blues. If anyone has any opinion on that, I think I have to convert some of the reds to purples to make it work. But I'm not really great at converting things. So this is my younger daughter's birth date is in September. So I wanted to do September and March. A few of them. I should just do all of them at the rate that I go. But Yeah. I like the greens, but I think the greens are fading into the green here. This is a 32 count even weave by hand-dyed by Rolanda, and it doesn't have a name. I picked this up at Stitch North. I thought it would be great for this project, and I'm not sure anymore. So if anyone has an opinion, do you think it works? Does it not work? Do we just try it and see? The chance of me probably framing everything that I ever do is pretty low, so it might never get framed anyways. Might not matter. I love the fabric, but I'm not sure if this was the right project for it. And I did only 5 hours on this, so I just brought this down and brought this down a bit. I have got to start looking for the Krynic for all of my projects, because I would like to start another. I think I wanted to start the Muse, and I ordered some other fabric because, you know, like everyone says, you can't just order one thing. It can't travel alone. So I ordered 2 pieces of fabric from Kaylee 10th Stitch, and one was like sort of a white with dark blue bursts on it. I thought maybe I would try that for the Muse because the Muse is white and blue and purple. So maybe. We'll see. I just thought it was great. Of course. If I'm gonna order something, I gotta make it worth my time, worth Kaylee's time. So more stitching. Okay. Oh, needle is in here. I tend to leave my needles in here because I have 1 needle per project. I'll put this on my 32 count here. So this is Abalonia's apple trace. And this is another one on 40 count, 1/1. This is Roxy Flasco. This is one of the ones where, you know, hide behind it. So I want to get to the fox because the foxes are my favorite. So this is my first artsy housewife, but I came down here and I started going across, finished the bottom of this tree, and we're starting to go across so we can get across to do our to Abalonia because of our apples trees, right? And I'm liking it a lot. Again, another 40 count. So it's a little harder on my eyes. You can't really see the moon very well with this, just the one I picked out. You can in real life, but you can't really see it here. But so this is, yeah, wrinkly fabric. I love it, but it's up to the tiny decision wheels what I do, because I like everything, and I know if I don't like something, because when it comes up on my wheel, I don't want to stitch it. And so far, the only one that's been like that has been Variant of Interest. I don't know why. I stopped loving Variant of Interest. I can't with it right now. I think it is because it's on the 40 count. And the 40 count is, with that one, is just, it's too hard on my eyes. Like, I'm just not enjoying stitching the 40 count gray with the pink. Okay, the one that I did get finished, and again, I wish that I had actually gotten my ass to the post office before they went on strike. But I finished my part of the second most magnificent ink circles round robin. This is Trina Lucic Brown's choice. It's called Half the Fun, and here comes a small human. Okay, so again, I don't know which way is up anymore. I think I think I did this quadrant right here. So this is half the fun. This is the ink circles. Sorry for the interruption. That was the smallest human because he found some kind of art thing. So this is ink circle, second most magnificent ink circles round robin. And this is the portion I did down here. This is my quadrant. And I'm the last one to work on this. Like I said, Canada Post kind of went on strike. Trina and I live in Canada, so I'm delaying sending this out. It's not due out until the end of December, but I don't want it to get lost because with strikes and Christmas, I don't want it to disappear in the mail and never come out again. But yeah, I finished it, so it counts as a finish this year. And I think, let's see what I have for finishes. Yearly. Oops. 2024. I don't know if I have. Okay, so I have 4, 5. This is the 5th thing that I finished this year, I think. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to tell with Notion. I gotta work more on that. So yeah. So it's done on a 32 count hand-dyed by Rolanda, I think called Hyacinth. I know it's called Hyacinth. And this is a hand-dyed by Rolanda Delicious. And it's like, I had been trying to get to the post office because I knew the strike was coming, but I thought that they keep moving. The Canada Post keeps moving their. Yeah, okay, sorry. It is hand dyed by Rolanda. But she has it in here. Hand dyed by Rolanda. Canada Post had an office or a post office within walking distance of my office for a while. That wasn't in the mall because getting to the mall is a big pain in the bum. But the one that was close to my office for some reason closed, and I can't find another one. I couldn't find another one. And with work and home and kids and extracurricular activities and things like that, I just never seem to be able to get to the post office after work. So it's going to have to wait. I hope the strike resolves soon. I'm not sure it's going to. There's not much I can do about it, but I'm not going to send things in the mail until I know that they're going to deliver things. So the last thing that I've been working on, and like was actually actively working on this on Friday night, is I probably should take it out of the Nerge, but I don't want to because I'm still working on it. So this again is on 40 count. This is I think the 4th. So I have No Time Like the Present, Apollonia's Apple Trees, Autumn is as Joyful, Halloween Quaker, and Variant of Interest. So 5 things on 40 count, and 40 count is making me blind. So I don't know where it was the last time. I think it was just up here and I had one squirrel. So I've worked on this part. I was thinking I wanted to get that part done, like the whole acorn. But I'm not going to get it done before I send it on to the next person. And I really hope whoever, I think I'm sending to Megan in Kelowna or BC. And I think, I hope she's okay with 40 count because I didn't check with anyone before I picked 40 count. So I'm supposed to do one more over here. So I'll do the little things and the one over here. And then it should be ready to move on. And because the middle part is ours to do for ourselves, I'm not really going to worry about it if it doesn't get done. But I really like working on this project, and so I don't really mind working on that big thing in the middle. But this this is the same fabric as I have for Apollonia's apple trees. This is Roxy Flosco 40 count speculous. So this is the second one that I've started by Leela Studios. So it's Leela Studios, Autumn is as Joyful. But I am going to put the second option in the center, which is Autumn is like something about autumn is like a second spring where every leaf is a flower, rather than the autumn is as joyful and sweet as something. It sounds kind of sad. Autumn is as joyful and sweet as an unexpected ending or something like that. I'd have to look it up, but I really like I really like squirrels apparently because I have a lot of projects with squirrels on them lately. But that's my thing. Um, I haven't started any new cross stitch. I want like I have mentioned I have two or three that I'd like to start. I don't really do any Christmas stitching. I might like to do I'm thinking of doing one that I have which is called I'll put it up one of these places. Um Silverhoof, which is an owl forest embroidery pattern that I bought last year that I saw and I thought was beautiful. Um, but I haven't started it, and I'm not super into Christmas. I'm thinking of doing like you can see up here my black work tree. That was an advent calendar that I did last year from the Steady thread. I'm thinking of doing this year's as well. She has a charity pattern, which is like $2 Canadian, and it's a digital pattern. You come back every day and you pick it, and there's two different options. I will put them up here, whatever, and I'd like to do the the circular one that's on the snowflakes. I should probably get on that right away. I have a piece of red fabric that I can work on, I think, so I'm thinking of doing that one. I'm also going to do possibly one for my yearly thing, like countdown or a temperature cell, but I don't want to do it as a temperature cell. I want to do it as a what do I draw for my tarot, a tarot tracker from the Steady Needle. So I want to use, I'll show you this one. I'll put it up somewhere. I don't ever know where I'm going to put something. But what is it called? It's 365 Days of Flowers or something. So it's black work. So basically think backstitch. And I want to do that one as yeah, like I said, as a tarot thing. So like the outlines, there's there's like diagonals that go in between all the flowers. So I think that will be black or something neutral, and then I will use a purple for me the major cards, so like the Arcana Major, anything that is an Arcana Major, I will do it in purple. Then there's a red for wands, yellow. It's gonna have to be a dark yellow. So yellow for air wands. Which one is air? Swords. So yellow for swords, red for wands, blue for cups, and green for pentacles. And then I'll have some way of noting if it's a reversal, like white and black, like in the middle. So that's kind of my plan. I haven't quite fleshed out what's going on, but I want to do that. I want to do more black work next year. I kind of fell down doing my yearly embroidery thing that I was doing because I realized that I didn't like embroidery as much as I thought I did. And so that kind of went by the wayside. And the cats keep jumping on my hoop because the hoop is like 14 inches. And they keep jumping on it and untightening it or popping it out of the hoop. So I have to keep putting it back, and it's been a big pain in the ass. That never got off the ground. That was going to be my, after the trip that my mom and I were going to take got canceled, that was going to be my start for my birthday, and it just kind of went nowhere. So the last thing that I've been working on is I made a thrummed mitten. And it's not perfect, but it's handmade, so who cares? So I did this. My daughter has now claimed it as her own. A thrummed mitten is a mitten with all these little things inside. These are thrums. You can see them on the outside as these little hearty shaped patterns. These are made from, I guess it's called roving. It's all wool, so it's actually sheep. And the idea is that these little thrummy things in a climate like ours, you keep your fingers warm because the air gets in the pocket between the mitten and the hand, and these little thrummy things keep you warmer. And so my 12-year-old daughter has decided that these are going to be her mittens. So I did that. I finished that last night. I started the second mitten. So I'm going to get to that because it's November, and I'm surprised that it hasn't snowed, but it hasn't snowed here yet. And once it does, it's going to be cold. So let's play. And here, this is what a thrum looks like before you knit it in. So it's like a little poofy of roving, which is just combed, dyed sheep's wool. And you take them and you loop them around, and you pinch it. And you knit it in. And I have to make a whole bunch more because there's probably 200 or 300 in each mitten. So that is all my needlework for now. I have done a little bit more. I'll probably show pictures, like I said before. I haven't done any sewing. I keep intending to do sewing and I just never get to it. Plans for the future. I want to do the black work. I want to do the black work Christmas thing. Like I said, I'm not really super into Christmas, but I want to do silver hoof, and the kid is coming again. Let's finish this off because obviously somebody is getting anxious to show mom everything in the universe. Of course, dad's out, so mom's the only one home, and we gotta show her everything. So, what was I talking about? I don't even know where I was. So, I guess this is the end of the Flosstube. I'm distracted. The kid is gonna just keep coming down now because he's gotten the idea that he has to. So if you ever get this far, can just any kind of comment, let me know if there's anything that I can do to improve doing this. It's a hobby, but it's like my only social interaction sometimes. So let me know what I'm doing wrong or right or anything. Thank you. Um, that's it. Hopefully this makes any kind of cohesive sense when I cut out all the little humans coming down all the time. And I'll talk to you whenever I decide to try this again. Okay, bye.